Hey everyone, thank you for visiting 302 Sobriety. I hope you're strong and sober, one day at a time. Uh, I've got good news. A few minutes ago, I decided to share with you guys uh, this journey of mine and my sobriety journey started uh, October 31st, 2015. It's almost going to be 7 years sober for me. I just want to let you know uh, those sayings that you hear, it is what it is, take it one day at a time, this too shall pass, from the fellowship, uh, the quotes that they have. If that's a mantra for me, I have to keep that in mind, because if not, I will go nuts. Well, keep listening to the end of the video, because I'm going to tell you what my news was. Just going to give you a little history of everything that I've gone through. From the 31st of 2015, I lost my license, got arrested, uh, did some time, didn't hurt anyone, didn't hurt myself, but as luck has it, I had a couple of reckless driving, alcohol related, added on to the DUI on that date, and I served some time for that, and that was in Delaware. Uh, Before I got to that point, and the, that day when I started drinking, I asked for help. I asked my higher power. I said, I'm in trouble, uh, and I need some help. Mind you, I had 25 years or so of recovery in the rooms, and I just chucked it out the window because I was having problems, my problems. It was always about me, what I was going through and everything, and didn't realize that I had all the tools and never used them. Everything that I've learned, I didn't use. The difference is from then till now is that, one, I'm getting older. I'm not doing any more time. Uh, I'm not going to lose everything that I lost. I lost my house. I lost family. I lost my job. I lost money. I lost my car. And for a while, if you look back at the videos, you'll see my journey. I didn't have a car. I didn't have money. So I was homeless, uh, riding a water bicycle first, doing odds and ends job, and then got a job by going to places on a bicycle, in the rain, in the snow, cursing my decision to drink. I had to do it my way. I had friends that would say, hey, hop on, put the bicycle in the back of the pickup truck, and I would refuse, because I had to do it my way. I had to learn. If this was my lesson, well, be it so. I didn't like it, uh, but I really learned from it. So losing everything has gotten me to the point of not feeling sorry for myself. I learned to forgive myself. It took me a while to bounce back from what I had. Uh, and it took almost 7 years to get to this point. I found out it's not about me. It's about, well, I shouldn't say it's not about me. It's about me. I have to be selfish with myself, but I also have to be aware of my surroundings, people, relationships, how I affect others. And If it wasn't for that, I, I don't think I would have made it. If they would have gave me a slap on the wrist, I don't think I would have made it. I would have just kept on going and wound up dead. So the blessing is for me that uh, whatever happens, happens, and it happens for a reason. I just can't question my higher power. I just have to go with the flow, with life, with the vibes, with the cosmic energies that surround us, that we're all connected to. And went to court, did court. Uh, since I couldn't drive, then after riding bicycle to work and everything, and finding a job and going to work riding a bicycle, because where I lived it was difficult to travel. You didn't have a lot of means of transportation, and with transportation I couldn't spend money because I didn't have money. But finally I got employment in my field. I also lost my job, which was at that time a nurse. So I had a friend, a doctor friend, that hired me to work at her place. And she gave me the break that I needed. And these are people that come across into your life that you gotta appreciate. Uh, I wasn't hired as a nurse at the time because I'd lost my license to nursing. I had to give urine every month for 3 years uh, to get my license back. Go to counseling, go to AA, do therapy. It was all court related. I had a monitor on my ankle. Uh, but she understood. She gave me the break. Her name is Stephanie. Stephanie, I thank you. Melanie, I thank you so much. The whole crew there. Tiffany, I thank you. Uh, you guys have been there. You've seen me grow. You know how I started out. Uh, and I appreciate it so much. I am so grateful for you guys. Well, from there, I saved up some money, and as a matter of fact, before then, I saved up some money working at another place and another medical place. And her name was Karen. Karen assisted me in a lot of things. I have to thank her a lot. I was able to save up money and then purchase a vehicle, which is my Maria that you see back here, for I think $1,000. It had 33,000 miles, and bought it from her mom. And I appreciate her for selling me this vehicle. I then went to the motor vehicle. The motor vehicle gave me a permit to drive to work, come back. So I did that. I followed all the rules. I did everything that I had to do. Then they took the ankle bracelet off. I'm trying to remember the steps that I took, but this is all the headaches that drinking and driving brought me. If you think it's not going to happen to you, think again. When you least expect it, life throws you a curveball. When you ask for it, life throws you the ball. And you have to either handle it, hit it out of the park, do what you got to do. And that's what I did. After getting the van, I worked for Stephanie and Melanie Tiffany. I I learned so much from them, and they supported me going to taking a urine test every month. What boss would do that? You know, the obstacles that I was going through, the mental issues I was going through, uh, they were there. They were there for me. Uh, Once I did that, I moved out, got a place of my own, still had my Maria. I was living in Maria, and she was my house. That's why I won't get rid of her. She's a reminder of my past and my future, because just because of all the help and the reminders of what I went through to get where I'm at right now. Uh, I then moved to Texas, uh, changed my license plates in Texas. Texas says, I had, they put me on a breathalyzer uh, thing with a camera to start up the car. And whenever it started beeping, you're supposed to breathe into the apparatus to let them know that you're not drinking. And the camera was made for, because a lot of people were getting their friends to breathe in and not the driver, and the driver was always drunk and got into accidents. Well, I did everything. I mean, I did everything. It was hard. I did everything. Uh, Walk to work, bicycle to work, and it was a pretty long distance. I would travel from 3 o'clock in the morning. If I wanted to go out and do something, I would take my bicycle, travel 3 hours one way, about 100 something miles, uh, back and forth every day. But I did it. Uh, I did it. And when I came to Texas, I went to get my license, and my license was, uh, I couldn't get it because I still had time for the breathalyzer. Well, to get to the point, is that last year I went back to get my license. I got my plates, I got my insurance, I got my address, I got all my medical, everything was all squared away, and I took care of all that I had in Delaware. Uh, but my driver's license I could not get, or so they said. I had the, how do you call it, the breathalyzer, and I assumed, and I asked Texas if they they transfer the breathalyzer until I complete it here to Texas. They said sure. So I had my car registered. I called Delaware, asked them to transfer all the papers to Texas. They said no. Once you get your car transferred, you're not compliant. So we are revoking your license. That was last year. And they said, and you have to pay a fine for the revocation when you complete it. And I was supposed to complete it the whole term this April 23rd. I was supposed to complete it. That's what they said. Well, today I decided to wake up, and today is what, the 19th of April, and called Delaware. Delaware said they were trying to contact me because there was an error. There were so many men with my name that it was confused. I was already in compliance with everything, court-wise, everything. and they said I'll be in compliance come the 23rd of this April. Uh, they said all you have to do is pay for the revocation part of it. That's $250. You don't count on, I don't count on, And I gave him my card. My card cleared. When he told me all I have to do now is go to Texas and get my license to drive, I was elated because I locked myself up here in this house for a whole year, waiting for the 23rd. I tell you this because it is what it is. Yeah, I could be pissed off that I could have had all this done and taken care of, but errors happen, things happen. And I cried. I'm still like a load that's been lifting off. I cried like a freaking baby. And I cried for a long time. It might have been about an hour and a half, constant crying. I mean, boo-hooing like your snots are running down and everything. So it is what it is. That's the good news. Now, Thursday, I get my license. And I'm out on my off-grid rooster adventure. That's all I've been waiting for. I saved up money, been doing odds and ends, work, trying to save some money. And the sun is like really bright. But I could easily focus on the bad, but that's the thing. From October 31st, 2015, that I was able to adjust. It wasn't the alcohol that was getting me in trouble. It was my emotions, how I handled my emotions, how I handled triggers from people, how I reacted. It wasn't, a lot of people think, well, when I go by a liquor store, that's a trigger for me. Okay, that could be a trigger. Yeah, because you went there. So did I. Every day I was going drinking, constantly getting high. You see people, you can't go to parties because the first thing I wanted to do is I was so weak and wasn't sure of myself, wasn't strong enough that I wouldn't go. I'd go now. I could have a good time. I don't have to drink. I'm comfortable in my skin. And that's what I learned, comfortability in my own skin, comfortable with myself. That's why I say it's about me. You have to be selfish with that. If you're serious about it, I thought I was cured then. I forgot. I started dropping off from AA and my sponsor and uh, all all the support that I had. I started separating, and that should have been a flag for me, but it wasn't. That's how that little monkey on your shoulder uh, eats you up little by little. They get your weak spots. It gets your weak spots. It goes into your head, and that's why they say stay out of your head. Don't worry about it. Stay, do something else. And I've been doing it. When you see me do artwork, and I will continue doing whatever creativity I do, painting a band, I don't care what it is. Uh, that keeps me grounded. What keeps me grounded is the beach, hiking, camping, the outdoors, to see nature, to see those trees. They have a good basis and they go with the flow, with the wind. And you learn from that. I learned from that. Uh, So my good news is I'll be back on the road. So watch out. Uh, I'm fine. I am so fine. It's unbelievable. And I will continue posting my journey on 302 sobriety because my journey will never end. My legal issues did. My weight on my back was alleviated. But the journey and the process continues until I die. Because I know one thing. If I was able to take that drink on October 31st, 2015, and didn't give a shit and took it anyway, it could easily happen at any time. It could have happened from then to now. I chose not to drink. I'm proud that I'm an alcoholic, that I don't have to alter my mental state to participate and fit in. That is one of my biggest things, to be compassionate to people. They're all going through the same thing. They handle things differently. And I'll keep posting. I'm going to post on my Off-Grid Rooster channel from my journey from here, setting up there, building my Adobe house, my issues, my problems, my mental health. But I will always hold 302 sobriety to my heart. I will always post my thoughts and how I handle things and what's in my mind. Because let me tell you, if you were in my mind, you say, this guy is goddamn crazy. Excuse me, God, but you know, it's, I'm thankful for my higher power. I'm thankful to God. You can call it whatever you want, but I'm thankful I found myself and will continue to find myself, to do what I need to do to stay healthy, sober, compassionate, grateful, accepting things the way they are. You take those steps, you'll be fine. Look at some videos, get some medical help, get some therapy, go to a program if you think you've not can't make it, but stick with it. If you fall after you try, get back up. It's how you get up that counts. It's not how falling, because falling, you're gonna fall hard. It's how you get up. You're gonna get up, forgive yourself for what you did, and move forward. Keep going. Keep going towards that goal. There's obstacles in that goal. So you guys stay strong and sober, one day at a time. I love you guys. Thanks for listening to my ranting and my videos. Please subscribe and like and comment, share, do all that stuff. And go visit my Off-Grid Rooster channel. Appreciate you guys.